City Series cigars and Citrus 7s, black cement 3s, 4s, the hairs and bread 11s. No doubt that I'll be wearing some fire at any sighting. With these Dorenbecker 5s, you can see me in any lighting. It's exciting, I'll be flexing to the coldest degree. What's up, everybody? It's Sneakerhead M Checks. I got the Toro Jordan 6s currently scheduled to release Saturday, June 24th. So as usual, we're going to take a close detailed look at the shoe from all angles. After that, I'm going to share my opinion on the shoe, and then we'll talk about release predictions, reselling predictions, and all that stuff. So let's get right to it. They got that thick suede on these. It's really like the suede on the Georgetown 6s, just in red. And he's got the same midsole as the Bread 6s or Varsity Red 6s, whatever you want to call them, from 2010. And the red right here is like a shade darker than it is on the upper. You can see it right here. You know, I don't know why they ain't just call these Raging Bull 6s, because this upper just screams Raging Bull 5s. Jumpman Air on the back, stitched in red. Kind of feel like that would have been better if they would have made it black, but red on red is cool. All black interior and red Jumpman on the insoles. The outsole on these is just like the infrared 6s, just with the Varsity Red Jumpman instead of infrared. You got your black, blue tint translucent. And if you look closely, I don't know if we can see it on camera. Here you can. If you look closely, you can see there's little like red specks. You can kind of see it on the translucent part. Seems like the suede from the upper is shedding a bit, which is not uncommon. A lot of pairs with this kind of suede shed, and unfortunately when it's a darker color like that, it will show more. Raging Bull 5s and alternate grape 5s are some other pairs that this happens with as well. Pairs like Georgetown 6s and British Khaki Travis Scott 6s have a lighter color, so if it does happen on those pairs, you may not be able to see it as easily, but it's easy to wipe off. See, like I just rubbed my finger across that and got most of that off. And really, you can't tell unless you're looking up close anyway, because you can't see any of that now. They come in this red box, black logos on it. Got the little cement or splatter pattern, whatever you want to call it, down here on this part. Inside is white, got your usual paper, and here's the box label. Air Jordan 6 Retro, Varsity Red and Black. Here's a quick all-around view of the shoe. Alright, now let's talk about them. So like I was saying before, they basically turned the Raging Bull 5s into a Jordan 6. I mean, as you can see, the shade of red on the Toros is a little bit darker than it is on the 2021 Raging Bulls, but the suede texture and everything is very similar. Yeah, Raging Bulls look a little bit more like orange almost. Like they're red, but these are like really red. This is like a deep bloody red. I know these share that same Toro nickname with the Jordan 4s, but these resemble the Raging Bull 5s more than the Toro 4s. And even though they didn't call these Raging Bulls, like they called them Toro. I'm pretty sure Toro was bull in Spanish. I don't know why they didn't just call these Raging Bull 6s, but it's not a big deal. But yeah, anyway, these are pretty fire. I really like the shade of red. Red's my favorite color, and I love the way it looks with black, so I always appreciate a nice red and black shoe. But what's weird about these is, even though I like them, something about me doesn't want them, which is weird. To make it even more weird, I like the Raging Bull 5s. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know why I don't really want them. Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's my favorite color. I love Jordan 6s. Those are one of my favorite Jordan silhouettes. So why am I not like, why don't I love these? You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like I think they're bad. Like, I actually, when I first saw these, I was kind of like, nah, like, no. Like, even though they're 6s, even though they're red, like, I just wasn't feeling them. I got them and I'm like, nah, you know what? Especially looking at them from this angle. This angle right here from the front, I was like, nah, these are crazy. Like, you know what I mean? The red and the black, but I don't know. I don't feel like I need them. I normally can explain, or I normally understand why I want a shoe, why I don't want a shoe, but like this one just don't make no sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think this is going to be a pass for me. If anybody's interested in buying this size 12 from me, hit me up on Instagram. I'm letting them go for a good price 2 months early. I feel like people like these, but lately, over the past couple years, pretty much all Jordan 6s have been easy to get. Like, they might sell out on release day, but if you ever notice, the demand for 6s always shoots down real quick after release. I mean, just think about all the Jordan 6s that released over the past, like, 3 years. You know, people might be on them the day they come out, but then shortly after that, that resale price is around retail. And then when the retailers restock, the pairs end up sitting in stores and online. For example, Georgetown 6s. I'm pretty sure on release date, at least at most places, they sold out. You know, but then retailers got some more pairs. And when those restocks happened, because the market value was at like, you know, $220, when they restocked, resellers weren't beasting for them because, you know, who's going to do all that to make $20 max per pair? So they sat in the store, sat online. I think you could still get Georgetowns in the store. And they came out in what? September. Same thing with chromes or metallic silver, whatever you want to call them. Midnight 6s did real bad. Under retail, sat in stores for mad long. Red Oreos, same thing. Those did real bad. I don't even know if Red Oreos sold out the first time they dropped. People really slept on those. Define and Moment 6, those came out 3 years ago. And those kind of did the same thing. And that's an iconic colorway. Even UNC 6s. Now, this is the craziest one to me. UNC 6s were OD hype around release. I don't even want to tell y'all what I paid for my early pair. You know what I mean? I know early shoes are different because it's like an entire different market. But even the week of release, UNC 6s were around like $300 on release day. Now, like I said before, we know the pairs usually drop in value at least a little bit once that week of release hype dies down. So if they were like 300 or 280, whatever, week of release, you could expect them to drop down to maybe like 250. But nah, I could go on GOAT right now and get a pair of UNC 6s in a size 9 for under retail. The same shoe that was selling for $100 more like a year ago. You know what I mean? Like, that shoe was very profitable for resellers around last year. That shoe was in demand. People wanted them, couldn't get it. Now you telling me there's somebody who can't even sell them for retail? Like, that's crazy. And I know bigger sizes is not the same circumstances, but the fact that I could get a men's size for under retail, and last year people was paying $300 the week of release to get them, is crazy. That's very unusual. People like these, so I feel like they'll at least sell out on release day, but I wouldn't even be surprised if they didn't, because 6s just get slept on like that. I mean, y'all see how Midnights did. I'm not saying these are going to do what Midnights did, but my prediction is they'll probably sell out on release day, at least at the popular places like the Sneakers app, your Foot Locker raffles, Champs raffles. But yeah, in general, it should be an easy cop. You should definitely be able to hit a pair on a restock. Resellers, I would stay away from these. If you could get them in hand on release day, you may be able to profit a little bit from that. I wouldn't bother, because you're probably going to be dealing with minimal profit. And if you don't have it on release day in hand, ready to go, ready to deliver, ready to ship, you may end up actually struggling to get pairs off, and you don't want to do that. So I really feel like you should only cop these if you're looking to cop for personal use or as a gift, obviously, something like that. But yeah, I would not look into reselling these. I wouldn't even think about holding them, because like I was just saying, like, I don't know what it is with Jordan 6s and why, like, they go down in value and seem to kind of stay down in value. You know, give them a couple more years. A lot of these shoes that have been sitting at close to retail for a couple of months or a year or two will eventually go up in value. Like, you know, if you look at Jordan 6s from back in like, you know, 2017, 2018, like, they're not sitting at 230. You know what I mean? Like, they've gotten some value over the years. But I think it's safe to say copping these would be for personal use only. Just a reminder, if you don't know this, if you watch me regularly, you definitely heard me say this before. Jordan 6s do run big, so you probably want to go a half size down from what you normally wear in Jordans. I usually wear a size 9.5, but for Jordan 6s, a size 9 always fits me better. Now, in my last video, I said, leave me a comment and let me know what sneaker y'all want me to review next. Now, in my last video, I only got 2 comments. My guy, Chris Flores, shout out to Chris Flores. He said he wanted to see the Toro 6 review. My guy, Fresh Air Williams, shout out to Fresh Air Williams too. Said he wanted to see the Toro 6s next, and look, we here. So yeah, do me a favor. Leave me a comment and let me know what sneaker you want to see me review next. Good luck to anybody that's trying to cop a pair of these. I don't really think you need it, but you know, I always say it anyway, just in case. If this video video is helpful or informative in any way, I'd really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're interested in more early reviews like this or any other sneaker related content, please do us both a favor and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you tap that little bell icon next to the subscribe button and select all. That way when I put a new video out, you'll get notified. You won't miss out on anything. Thank you all for watching. Everybody, please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you next time.